What is up, my ninjas? It's Wes, the humble libertarian. Bob Woodward, a senior Washington Post journalist, just dropped a bombshell book entitled Fear. Well, he's about to drop the book, and the Washington Post has just got all these chattering classes in a tizzy over the shocking revelations in this book, which amount to mostly just top-level White House people working for Trump complaining about him. One of his chiefs of staff called him an idiot. His other chief of staff, the first one he had, Reince Priebus, most Star Wars-sounding name I've ever heard. I think we're living in Star Wars times. People have names like Chairman Reince Priebus and Senator Barack Obama. It's definitely Star Wars times we're living in. For sure. There's drones bombing people. Reince Priebus said something like, which is pretty funny, he calls Donald Trump's bedroom where he watches the news on TV and tweets the devil's workshop. That is pretty funny, I guess. What workplace employees don't hate their boss and make jokes about their boss? I mean, this isn't news. It's just basically tabloid garbage. This is what passes for fierce anti-establishment journalism, holding the elite and powerful to account. Is you just spend hundreds of hours embedded with the White House staff and collect a bunch of quotes of them complaining about their boss in one of the most high-pressure jobs in the world. And their boss is Donald Trump. So are any of us surprised? Our journalistic establishment is so milquetoast, so servile, so passive. This is what counts as journalism. It's just tabloids. It's just like Real Housewives or something. It's just reality television drama. When there are very pressing matters, when we have an urgent moral crisis in the world, and that crisis is government, and the incredible exceptions that we extend to government to violate basic norms and standards of behavior that we expect of everybody else. Don't murder, don't steal, don't lie. None of us are permitted to do it, and pretty much none of us do it. I mean, think of how safe you are with all of these other incredibly civilized people. You give out your credit card number over the phone to a teenager to get a pizza, and he doesn't write it down and start spending your money. I mean, every day, this whole world works because we all trust each other in countless ways, and we all can trust each other because it has been indelibly conditioned into us, these basic standards, these ancient rules that there are very few of, that are universal, that don't change. Don't murder, don't steal, don't lie. But we allow government to do these three things all the time. We permit it to happen. And we even glorify it as noble and heroic and good. We come up with every rationalization and justification we can for it. We've got the federal government stealing trillions of dollars from the world and the American people. We have a few lawyers in Washington, D.C., and elite corporate crony capitalist lackeys all working together to steal so much from the American people. And we have a military-industrial complex with an endless thirst for blood and money, constantly stoking conflicts overseas in some of the world's poorest countries and ruining the lives of millions of people, ruining their entire societies, bombing places into rubble, murdering people, murdering children. This happened just last month. The Saudi government dropped a bomb on a school bus full of children in a marketplace in Yemen. The Saudi government, an American ally with the U.S. government's backing and with logistical support and mid-air refueling from the Department of Defense. That would be a bombshell book that you're never going to see make headlines like Woodward's milquetoast journalism piece of crap book, Fear, pointing the finger at Trump and saying, look at what a terrible president he is. The people working for him complain about him and make jokes about him. Instead of, why is his administration continuing to stay cozy with the Saudis? And why would that have happened anyways, even if he hadn't got elected? Because Hillary Clinton's administration would have been just as cozy with the Saudis, from whom her family's taken so much money. And the Bush administration, and the Obama administration, the sheer incoherence, monstrous irrationality, and barefaced evil of American foreign policy over the last 100 years. And we keep trying to elect somebody who will finally calm it down. And, maybe Donald Trump actually has been the lesser of two evils. I would say that. I'd still say he's evil. But at this point, it looks like maybe we got lucky and we got the lesser of two evils, because he has acted a lot more calmly with all this power at his disposal, the godlike power of the military, instead of deploying it the way many of his top neocon advisors would have him do. Regime change in Iran, let's just do another one. Let's just wreck another entire country for generations to come and lose another $1 trillion of American money in bomb explosions over the Middle East and cause another recession. These people will suck this country dry if we let them. These warmongers and war profiteers, they will just keep doing this until there's nothing left, man. And they'll take their money and run. And go hide and live in their lavish bunkers in New Zealand or somewhere. And you got Bob Woodward publishing this Tripe. Some resistance, this media is. Some resistance, these Democrats are. Thanks for listening, everyone. Please subscribe to this channel, and I'll keep making more of these for you. And please consider supporting me on Patreon. If you want to take a look at my Patreon page, I've left a link in the description.